Good morning. It's been about a week since I've made a video, and that's because we were on vacation, finally. We went to Sparky B's wedding in Akron, Ohio, which was a lot of fun. We also went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. We picked up some friends in Detroit and saw that city, and by the way, forget what you've heard. Detroit's cool. I love Detroit. So today we're going to talk about common mistakes that DJs make on the microphone. I posted this question on Facebook the other day and got well over 100 responses. And many of them were the same because I think a lot of people are seeing the same mistakes over and over again. And some of them are things like not speaking clearly on the microphone or getting microphone feedback, which really are more technical errors which can easily be corrected with holding the microphone properly or using the right equipment. What I was talking about is more speech things that DJs say on a microphone they shouldn't say, or they say incorrectly maybe. One of the things mentioned were words like which happens to all of us at one point or another. I did it on my videos a lot up until probably 3 or 4 years ago when someone pointed it out to me. Like, hey, great video, but you said 30 times in 3 minutes. Whoa, hold on a minute. Go back and watch it, and sure enough, I did. It's okay to pause if you need to. You don't need to fill that air gap with Pauses are perfectly acceptable. One of the other things a lot of people mentioned were repetitive speech in general, saying the same thing over and over and over again. Audiences notice this, and it makes you look very amateur. You should be mixing up what you're saying. You should be an engaging speaker. Having said that, you shouldn't be talking on the microphone too much. Speaking of repetitive speech, announcing songs is probably not a great idea at something like a wedding reception. Here's a little ZZ Top, and stop saying a little anything. I hate that. But you don't want to do that because they already know it's a ZZ Top song. Radio announcers do this because they're promoting music, and their audience may not be familiar with the songs that are being played. But at a wedding reception, all the songs should be familiar because you should be playing familiar songs for your audience. Something else that was mentioned was ladies and gentlemen. I hear a lot of DJs say this. I hear a lot of airline stewardess say this. And it's kind of funny. Of course you're addressing ladies and gentlemen. There are no monkeys and unicorns in the audience, so we don't have to worry about them. It's just ladies and gentlemen all the time. So you don't have to mention it. You can skip ladies and gentlemen altogether, and they're still going to get what you're saying. It's repetitive speech. It's filler that's unnecessary. For instance, if you're announcing the cake cutting, instead of saying something like, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to cut the cake. All you have to say is, we are now going to cut the cake, or Chris and Stacy are now going to cut the cake. You do not need to say ladies and gentlemen. It's completely redundant and unnecessary. Speaking of redundant, at this time, the combo of ladies and gentlemen at this time are things that make me cringe. You should never say these things. If you do, you should zap yourself with a cattle prod every time, because this is amateurish. Again, airline stewardess say this, and it drives me up a wall. If you watch the training video for the airline stewardess, or the in-flight, if you've ever fly, there's a screen, and sometimes they have the safety speech on it instead of the stewardess is actually doing it. They never say ladies and gentlemen at this time on that, because they're the pro. They're like the best of the best. But when you get on the small flights, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you could please, don't do it. Please don't do it. So those are some of the things that the mobile DJs on my Facebook page, which are a lot of you watching here, felt like were microphone mistakes, and I absolutely agree. If we missed any, or you have any you want to point out to us, let us know in the comments section. Practice and enjoy.